Door, room number 1. This is the door to the room you redecorated. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
All right, let's go. So romantic, Kim. I return. All right, let's get back to it. So I wasn't really sure what we were going to do last time. Yeah, there's a door behind it. Oh, well, that's interesting. I can actually see what's going on there. So morning I told my PI that I'm considering taking you for grad school, and I got an email pretty soon after. Well, Rafi works with in school I've gotten into so far. You have a conspiracy theory? That makes sense. All right, let's read about the tasks we have. So we can talk to the scab leader. I wonder if he's even still there. Find the armored gloves. The fishing village down the coast on Wednesday. Smoker on the balcony. Oh, we can go. Let's go look for the smoker on the balcony. That's a thing we can do right now. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. All right. And we're just gonna keep conceptualizing at that wall because one day we're gonna roll double sixes on something. Yeah. I don't care if it irritates Kim. 3%. +2 in the dimming light. Some things become clear. +2. Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. We still only have a 1 in conceptualization, so it doesn't matter. Actually, let's leave and let's check our gear real quick. We're gonna min-max this. Minute and maxing. Close. Conceptualization. Yeah, nothing. We're looking. Aha! This gives plus conceptualization. Alright, cool. We're good. Conceptualization didn't help. Now we have a 2. Yes, I have seen the YouTube channel called Tier Zoo. Check failure. Yeah, why? It's a wall, an ordinary wall. Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to. Alright, we'll come back to the conceptualization check. Alright, up and in. They have a hilarious argument about how min-maxing life results in the lobster. Yeah, I think I might have seen that one. That's a good thing. You can link it in chat if you want. Alright, and out to the balcony. Come on. Believe it, they live forever and they have weapons for hands. Yeah, I think lobsters like die of getting like too huge, if I recall correctly. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. The maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. Man, I really like the lighting of this game. It's like everything's painted like watercolors, impressionist stuff, and the lighting like actually does a pretty good job with it. Door, apartment 28. This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. No one answers. We should return tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2100, the lieutenant reminds you. Fine, we can't be here today. And where are we going to go? Buy stuff from Kuno. Who put all these clothes in the trash? Who's in the union box? Okay, so we have to keep an eye out for them. Yeah, no int, no strength, no dexterity, plus 100,000 in lifetime duration, plus 100,000 in defense. Yeah, fair enough. 1 armor piece, checked in your gun, your badge. Oh yeah, can I interface with my thing yet? Interact. Where's my this? Still can't do it. We need more interfacing. Keep hitting escape. All right, put the ledger away. Close. Do we have any interfacing? Any of you? This one gives plus interfacing. Well, that sucks. I wanted to be able to open that thing. I think our badge might be inside of our journal. That's my sneaking suspicion. Do the gum wrapper. Fair enough. I'm going to do the gum wrapper. Gum wrapper. Interact. The crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. Why do I even care about this? Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper, yet you're drawn to it. Inland Empire. Trivial. Success. 12 out of 6. Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with the Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please. I'll hang on to it, just in case. Inland Empire. You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket. Lovingly, even, despite the strange feeling of regret. Let's interact with all these things. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's actually a lot to read into here. Look at all that content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Let's see. The mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud of embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? It's not just a funny mug. It's what not to do. If you're looking for stuff to do, I would vote exhausting more of Joyce's dialogue. I just love that character. Fair enough? Alright, this is what not to do. But it was in the trash. Why not call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective. Let's interface with this. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right. Let's put the photo away. There's not a whole lot there. We knew this already. All right. What's this? Empathy. What's this? You're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinet. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Somebody's got to keep it sane around here. This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it? Yeah, that. It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's the temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. First of all, where is this kingdom of conscience? No more talk. Sign me up for a passport. Opt in. No, I'm too fiery for this watercolor ideology. I'm trying to develop more extreme and interesting opinions. Where is this kingdom of conscience? It's not a place. It's a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved by a handful of times. How do you bring about these circumstances? Incrementally. It is new thoughts. Electrochemistry, medium, success. 12 out of 10. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Dei. She recognizes that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. But what about all the things that are wrong now? Tisk tisk. Just because you don't live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. Volition, medium, success, 10 out of 10. What benevolence. Electrochemistry, 12 out of 10. What a fucking joke. Wait, is the kingdom of conscience really about doing things or just about preserving the status quo? Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed? Yeah. There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress. Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually like? The kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual. Sounds incredible. Alonzi. Let's go right there. That seems fine. I still want to live for the present, though. Man, that sounds kind of terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. All right. We're asking chat. Are we opting in or opting out? Let's see. New poll. Kingdom of conscience. Opt in. Moderation. Opt out. Strong opinions. All right. Do we care about being on the political extreme, or do we want to live in the middle? Is this supposed to like map what I am about as a human being, or are we interested in exploring something else? Which isn't to say that I'm necessarily a centrist, but compared to a lot of the talk that the people have, it's... Yeah, people. It's this is one of the things that's actually pretty interesting about politics nowadays, is that people seem less interested in figuring things out and more interested in the fact that they have decided a thing, and now you must like agree to that thing with them. There's no like, hey, this is a complicated thing. What if we talked about it? Which is disappointing, but you know, that's life. Neoliberalism. Sure, Egotar. Anyways, let's see what the chat says. There's only one vote. What are we feeling there, guys? Right now there's 3 votes. And time. All right, looks like we're opting out. That seems fine. I still want to live for the present. What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not, only very slowly. Well, we discarded the opportunity of thought. Yeah, okay, so we got to come back here tomorrow. What's this? Got these bottles too. Not allowed up there yet, am I? It's part of the docks, I imagine. Unless it's, like, up and around here. Doesn't seem like it, though. Yeah, how do we get up there? Oh, yeah, no, that's down across the way. Oh, Kim has something to say. Come here, Kim.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet. You should take care of that, then. But I don't have the money. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping on the streets. We'll figure something out. Empathy, medium success, 12 or 10. Though he finds the situation frustrating, he is doing his best not to make you feel any worse than you already do. Alright, pay for damages. Try negotiating with the cafeteria manager. Alright, let's go do that. Kim's telling us the day's over. I believe him. Kim's our buddy. He's our pal. Kim's our buddy. He's our pal. I can't think of a rhyme right now. That's right. A slant rhyme so bad Emily Dickinson would vomit. Hang in there, computer. I know you're at 50% RAM usage and 90% CPU usage, but you'll get there. The GPU, I think, is living around 62. Yeah. Little trooper. Yeah, what's this again? Alright, okay. Back around. You better believe we're going to conceptualize again. Oh, it's locked. Huh. I wonder why it lets me try so many times before, but not now. Huh. Must be low tide. The water sounds different. Hustle, baby, hustle. Let's go. We gotta run. There we go. In we go. Short on money, equip a plastic bag, collect bottles, and sell them at Freet. We've been doing that. It's made us like $2, or 2 real, which is not on the order of the hundreds that we're going to need. Let's unequip our flashlight. This is weird to have inside. Oh, did I ever get to turn on the... Yes, I did. That's my bad. No wonder it's been so quiet. What up, Gart?
Can I help you?
He arches an eyebrow. So about that money I owe. Yes, have you got it? I was wondering if we could come to sort of arrangement for tonight. Does the arrangement include you paying me what you already agreed you owe me? I'll pay you back tomorrow. It's an honest cop. It's cold out. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game. Come on, man, after everything I've been through. Kim is about to say something. Let's let Kim deal with this for us. He adjusts his glasses. I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business. Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking and... He stops mid-sentence. Authority, medium success, 10 out of 10. He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze. I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Hold on, I still have my key, you know. Good luck trying to use it. He taps a foot against the metal box installed in the back of the counter. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock. This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it? Not until you bring me the money. Okay, he turns to you with a heavy sigh. I might have something in the motor carriage we can use when you're done here. Esprit de corps, medium success, 11 out of 10. I really didn't want to resort to this, the man is thinking. Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here. Bring back disco lights. They look great. Yeah, disco lights do look great. I agree, Merbles. Yeah. Pay for damages. Kim is offered. Go to his motor carriage in front of the whirling. Alright. This is a bummer. Man. At 2 o'clock, everyone is asleep. Most people set up for bed at 2100 or longer. By 2, it's closed. To the motor carriage. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone to pull out to a box, and a soft glow repeating your fuel gauge. It has something we could here we could sell. Look in the back. It's a suspect transport enclosure. Reaction speed, easy success, 9 out of 8. Transport enclosure? Regular people call it the cage. Look in the suspect transport enclosure. You're getting vaccinated tomorrow at the Oracle. Oracle Arena! Let's hear it for the Warriors! Don't spoil the game, I'm watching it tomorrow. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dust. I confiscated these for a while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by Martinet Canal. What are those things? They're spinner hubcaps. Frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, he makes a spinning motion with his hands. The caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them. It's just vanity. Suggestion, medium success, 12 or 10. A vanity he wouldn't mind. What do you mean you confiscated them? A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son, and high. So you took his spinners? Mm-hmm, he nods. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence. Look at him. Isn't that corruption? I don't know. Is it? The lieutenant looks back, stone-faced. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. Did you want to put these spinners on your machine? Warned the Kanima. No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't put them on this MC anyways. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous. Yes, outrageously cool. We're gonna encourage Kim. He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark. Say nothing. The spinners shine so bright they reflect on the lieutenant's glasses. He doesn't say anything. You said something about a pawn shop? Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late. The items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy. Okay, here's one for you guys. Pawn the spinners. Yes. Have money for a bed? No. That one's just Heart Kim. Alright, guys. We're sleeping inside or outside tonight. How much do we like Kim? Because I like Kim a lot. But I don't know what detriment there will be to our character if we don't sleep inside. Oh, then again, it's not like the game's going great anyways. Yeah, so far 1 vote. Yeah, we'll keep seeing. We'll keep seeing. Might be the only opinion we have right now. 2 votes. We're in a dead heat. We need that third person to break the tie. Otherwise we have to go back to dice rolling apps. I wonder if Ian's around. He's usually opinionated. Or Mel. Alright. Looks like no. Heart Kim. Wow. Wow, right at the end there. Jeez. Okay. Sorry, I can't take them. It wouldn't be right. Alright, let's not take them now. Then come back once we realize we have to. Have this conversation again, and then take them. What? Sniped? Oh, Victor. Getting me. Yeah. Well, Kim seems annoyed. What are we gonna do? Just sleep on the street? Let's talk to Kim, see if we can get him to go home for the evening.
Yes?
I want to talk about you. Yes, you. I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. We'll work better together if we have more rapport. Come on, Lieutenant, open up a little. You're right. What was there to know about Elaine Pinacard? We'll work better together if we have more rapport. That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? Tell me a secret about yourself. The lieutenant narrows a single eyebrow. No. Ask again. Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with Lieutenant's eyebrow. You think outside? I'm lagging so much I couldn't vote. Oh, man. Or you just missed it. Oh, 9-4. What are we going to do with you? Volition, medium success. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you. 10 out of 10. What's happening to me? Something's the matter, detective. Authority, 10 out of 10, medium success. This guy's got authority off the charts. With just a flick of his eyebrows, he's able to make you his thrall. So what can I do about it? Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it. Silently scream for help. Accept your thraldom. Silently scream for help. If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak. Empathy, medium success, 12 or 10. Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you see to regain some control. Don't you ever talk with yourself? What do you mean? You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain? I have no idea what you're talking about. So how do you, So you're saying your brain never chimes in with advice or warnings or anything? I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook. The lieutenant produces a small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. Empathy, medium success. That's where his conversations with himself take place. Electrochemistry, medium success, 12 out of 10. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special. You're wearing glasses. Is that correct? Physical instrument, 10 out of 10. That makes him a binoclard. Completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself. I'm not going to call him a bino. Glasses are cool. Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome. I feel like that's how you feel about glasses, Ikatar. Perception, sight, medium, failure, 8 out of 10. You could use a good normal pair yourself. You don't look like other people around here. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. Seoul, like Seoul, Korea? So was my grandmother. But from my mother's side. He shakes his head. It's not an interesting topic. What is Seoul? It's part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. He seems almost proud of these. I'm a regular Revacholier. Empathy, medium success, 12 to 11. He's glad to have shot your question down. That's all for now. Good. Let's change the subject. You seem to be following me. Excuse me? Nothing. Just an observation. You have he's looking for the right words, a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. What do you mean distinctive? I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. How's that? They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. You're kidding me. Why containers? I don't know. Containers contain, I guess? I'm making assumptions. We should move on. Esprit de corps, medium, success, 11 out of 10. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up. Alright. It seems like we have to get the stuff out of Kim's thing. Let's look at the journal again. Kim is offered, go to his murder carriage in front of the whirling. Let's go down to Roy's thing first. I'm curious what's in that shop. Oh, what was this? What's this? What are you? What are those? Flashlight. Yeah, there we go, bud. What is this? Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. That's fascinating. Somebody drove a car off the top of that building? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, here we go. Need something to do behind Lieutenant Kitsuragi's back? Sneak out after he's gone to sleep. Oh, there's a lot in here. Some kind of machine. An antique cash register? Welcome to the pawn shop. Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. What's this? Sawed-off streetlight. A typical Martinet streetlight sits among assorted floor and label tamps. Let your gaze run over the streetlight. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. Is that a streetlight? Yes, officer. As you can see, it's in perfect working order. Where did you get this? It was brought to me. It was brought to me to be altered. He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him. We're not here to investigate the theft of city property. He pauses, studying the light, then adds, you have to admit, it's rather clever what he's done with it. No, I wanted to know how much. How much for the street light? 700 real. A bargain, I dare say. Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that on every corner. Even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, that seems a bit steep. There's also the matter of the rewiring, but most of the important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago. Apparently, if you get enough money, you can buy that, which is hilarious. Knick-knack stand. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. There's like a rattling in my right ear. It's freaking me out. Inland Empire, medium success. 12 out of 10. Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back. Win her back? Inspect the knights on horseback. Inspect the blue uniforms. Inspect the figurines in rags. Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under a table. Interfacing 3. High. 72%. Here we go. Check success. We did it. We actually won a roll. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Fallen? What is this? Show it to the shopkeep. Should I have wine or a gin and tonic? I don't know. Gin and tonic, I guess? Oh, that's the Headless Fallen Rider. Who? The Headless Fallen Rider. It's a nerd and legend about a man who rides the street of Revachol sporting a fallen tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. He points at the decapitated figurine. 50 cents, bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap, too. I think he's looking for it or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you, he grins. Suggestion, medium success, 12 out of 10. That was a very smooth salesman grin. Almost comes off at earnest. You should learn it from him. Gin and tonic it is. Megan was trying to avoid going to get ice down the hall by saying wine, but I want gin and tonic. Well, if Megan was in the chat, that she could have swayed my opinion there. You could tell her that. Apparently the thing's only worth 42 cents, so we lost a little bit on it. The plastic headless fallen rider sits atop his equally plastic bull, his posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous fallen cap for which he lost his head. The head is not included. Oh yeah, we've got this and this that we can pawn. And the green 8th pen. Though I am loath to pawn that. Shelf of boomboxes. The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. Stand on the tips of your toes to see more. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox says Stereo 8 approved. Inland Empire, medium success, 12 out of 10. This is you, golden orange, a sunset suite. Interfacing, easy, success, 9 out of 8. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here is a Harman Waushi W02, made in Vesper, designed in Seoul, he says. Plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. Are you sure this is all in working order? Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with the recordings of speech, found sounds, and music from a variety of genres. Even though, he grimaces, I don't really like music. A radio, yeah. I don't have 12. Equip this to play tapes. Oh, there'll be tapes. What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work? If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you need to play a tape. Hey, for our music, we can sing karaoke with that song. Inland Empire, challenging, success, 12 out of 12. Like at a beach party, with sand and sun and seagulls dancing in the breeze. Turn to Kim. Theoretically, could I bring it to a beach party? Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party. You're right, Kitsuragi. Work first, party later. And that is the unofficial RCM motto, yes. I want to buy the boombox. I have just enough. Do I buy right now? I'll leave it now. That's all. Is there anything else in here? So there was this, there's this, there's this. That seems to be all that's in here right now. Let's talk to Roy.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop.
He sounds like Jack Sparrow. The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
He asks. Empathy, easy success, 12 out of 8. His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh, no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored.
People who are terminally bored.
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Yeah. Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others.
It keeps me entertained.
He responds, unimpressed with your snobbery. Electrochemistry, medium success, 12 or 10. Entertained, he might be high. If he is, on what? Electrochemistry, challenging, 12. Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on? Alright, let's find out if Roy's high. Check success. Feeling warm and enthralled by movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on, Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. Pyrrolidon? What's that? A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects. And it makes your eyes turn yellow. Yeah. Is it just me, or is it really warm in here? He tilts his head. I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. Empathy, medium success, 12 or 10. There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Esprit de corps, medium success, 11 or 11. Those triangle patches on his vest. You have a feeling they mean something. Like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket. But in his clothes. What's the triangles on your vest? He hesitates. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. He coughs as if to mark his words. Pyr like Pyrrhic? I don't think so. It's not P-Y-H-R. It's P-Y-R-H. P-Y-R-H-O-L-I-D-O-N. He coughs as if to mark his words. Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it? Pain threshold, 10 out of 8. He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. The People's Pile, what's that? A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere, probably some of it in you, too. Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you're a part of. Ah, okay. Good to know, Ikatar. He points to the white triangle on his orange safety jacket. We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick. He looks at the spiraling light and stops. Must have been tough, radioactive cleanup. He hesitates. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths, cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. Whose fault was it that the generator failed? No one's, everyone's. He sighs and shakes his head. Empathy, easy success, 12 of 8. So much bitterness. How'd you end up running a pawn shop? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, left me the shack and this sort of junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me, don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm going to get as far from Fauberg as I can. Still in the same city, but he shrugs. Thank you for telling me. +5 experience gained. Level up! He shrugs. I like theory more than story. Outward movement, not vortices. Electrochemistry. Yeah, you gotta get in those vortices, my man. Can you share your Pyrrolidon with me? There's something I'd like to sell. You might be able to aid in our investigation. Let's ask about the investigation. I doubt it, but I can try to answer any questions you may have. Know anything about the recent hanging? I do all my best to keep my distance. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone. Know anything about... Think you could help me get a corpse out of the tree? The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. He looks in the swirling lights, then to you. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbor. There might be some workers who'd be willing to help. Actually, that's all I've got. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors. By the way, do you, happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by cops? Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I probably sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Wait, I sold you my gun? You, Volition, medium success, 10 out of 10. Was Kim here, too? That just sounded really, really bad. You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. He hesitates. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. Empathy, medium success, 12 out of 10. He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you. We're about to go to sleep. We can afford the damage. I feel like there's something you're not telling me. He looks away. You aren't quite yourself, officer. What was I like? You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight, and you need the money. When I said I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it. Pain threshold, 10 out of 10, medium success. You sucked on a gun? Good. Good. Very normal. Wait, how much did I sell the gun for? 15 real. The lieutenant looks from you to Roy and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. Esprit de corps, medium success, 11 out of 10. This has got to be the most. Wow. Empathy, medium success, 12 out of 10. There's pity in there, too, in case you didn't notice. Happens to the best of, I guess. I really should have killed myself. I'm so sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further. No apologies necessary, officer. Was the buyer a policeman, too? She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. It's Cindy the Skull! Truth be told, she was terrifying. Or the lady driver, one of the two. Right, so let me get this right. The lieutenant turns to you. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinaise with it? Empathy, medium success, 12 out of 10. Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia? I'm sorry I sold my gun. He sighed. Yeah, it's not good. I hope we can manage to clean this mess up somehow, while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation. Empathy, medium success, 12 out of 10. This mess. He means your mess. Any idea where I can find the buyer? My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went. Logic, trivial success, 8 out of 6. A needle in the haystack. There's nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow. At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. Plus 5 experience gained. Of course. There's something I'd like to sell. Let me have a look. I'd like to sell my clothes. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. Now that's still too useful. I'll check my pockets. Access your pawn menu. I'd like to sell my clothes. Not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. He looks you up and down quickly. Suddenly his gaze fixes upon your tie. He steps back from the glass. And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for that necrotic object. Your mother is a necrotic object. I'm fun. Look at me, sparkle in the light of the projector. Horrific necktie. I'll check my pockets. I don't want to pawn the pen. Postcard, Grand Coron. Postcard, Boogie Street. Okay, let's close. Yeah, can't I pawn this? Oh, I can. Oh, the pawn button's up here. The UI of this game is like really good looking, but it's always confusing to me. Anyways, that's not going to get us close. I don't have anything to sell at the moment. Another time, perhaps. I have other business to take care of. Now, leave. Track down your gun. Keep looking. Maybe someone else knows something. Alright. Suggestion. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now, we know your Copo type. Wait, there are Copo types? Yes, guess what yours is? Cool cop? Some kind of worry cop? Sorry cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I'm sorry you had to monitor me. Cool cop? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's the sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Empathy, medium, suggest 12 or 10. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Okay, but what are the other Copa types? You know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things, so here we go. Won't the other Copo types be jealous? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine, don't worry. Conceptualization easy, success 8 of 8. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything. Oh, okay. Here's a poll for you guys. Be the sorry cop. Yes, give in. No, define our destiny. Redefine our destiny. All right. This is interesting. I feel like this is something that's core to the gameplay. Then I think we're gonna have to go back and get the. I know you guys voted against it, but we're gonna have to go get the tires and pawn them to be able to stay at the hotel. Let's see. How much progress are we getting? It's a close poll. Ian, if you've got a moment, I hope you're not lagging too much. I wonder why you in particular lag. Is your internet bad, or maybe your computer's slow? If you turn down the fidelity of the stream, does it speed up for you? In the meantime, Ikotar has defined Pyrrhic for us. The phrase originates from a quote by Pyrrhus of Epirus, whose triumph against the Romans in the Battle of Asculum in 279 BC destroyed much of his forces, and while a tactical victory, forced the end of his campaign. Yeah, Pyrrhic victory is something where you give up so much more than you... Like, you win, but at great cost. Alright, no. You know, I'm actually not sorry. I changed my mind. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. No, I'm really not sorry. Fuck off. Wow, okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then. Oh yeah, we have a skill. Let's see. It's still loud. Oh man, it's loud in this building. Alright, let's go out of the building. It's playing some sound effect of something. I don't like it. I don't like it. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Okay, cool. We have a level up. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay, cool. So we can level up Savoir-Faire again. He got a vote in this time. Glad to see it 9-4. So we can level up Savoir-Faire again, but then we'll be done. Let's see what we're blocked by. Map. Conceptualization, visual calculus, composure, physical instrument, savoir-faire, logic, interfacing, composure, pain threshold, physical instrument, rhetoric, logic, volition, conceptualization. Let's see, pain, you want that door. Okay, so we'll do pain threshold, we'll do physical instrument, and we'll do savoir-faire again. So pain threshold, physical. So pain threshold, physical instrument, and savoir-faire are our choices. All right, here we go. New poll. Which one? So we said pain threshold, physical instrument, or savoir faire. All right, get after it. Actually, I'm going to end this poll real quick before anybody does anything. New poll, same idea, but I forgot to give you guys the commentary and your options. So pain threshold, warded door. Physical instrument, sleep, wake, and savoir-faire, docs. All right, there you go. Now you guys can vote. Which one? Can you guys see the votes as they're coming in, or can you only see the results at the time that they're ended? Like, I can see it as people are voting. Can you guys? Ikotar, you should be able to answer this. Though maybe you're a poor choice, given that you're one of the mods. You can see them in real time. Oh, 2 for pain threshold, 1 for physical instrument. We can see them as they come in. Okay, alright. Fair. I'm voting for Savoir-Faire again. I want to get in those docks. That's right. I'm stepping into this poll. I'm tipping the scales. Yeah, even before you vote. Yeah. Well, we've got about 20 seconds left. Right now it's pain threshold. Does anybody else want to cast their vote? We'll give it another moment here. This is good to know. Oh, man, my throat is dying. I ate too much salt today. All right, pain threshold it is. So we said pain threshold, physical instrument, and savoir-faire. And we chose pain threshold. I love that. Ding. Cool for unstoppable fighters, guys who won't die, masochists. Pain threshold ignores damage so you can push on, bloodied and crawling, to the bitterest end. It enables you to negate damage you would otherwise take, even mental pain, heartache, and loneliness. In fact, these things can become a thrill you seek out and perversely rely on. At high levels, pain threshold turns in on itself in seriously unhealthy way, with full-on self-destructive behavior. With a low pain threshold, however, you will suffer too easily. Even a slap from a teenager will make you whine and complain. Again, I love the double-sided coin nature of this stuff. Aha! Now the warded door is openable again. All right, let's go get that money. We still have to get the hubcaps from Kim's car. There's no other way to get the money. Then we'll get in our hotel room and call it a night. Blah, blah, blah. Come on. There we go. Jog. Inside, blah, blah, blah. We've read this a million times. I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure. The cage at the back of the metal carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark. I confiscated these for a while back. We can take them to a pawn shop down by the Martinet Canal. Thanks, I appreciate your help. Take the spinners. Gained, radiant spinners. The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. Close the door. Now there's a task. Pay for damages. Take the spinners to the local pawn shop south of the plaza. We need 130 real and we're at 13, so we gotta hope that these cover the rest. And by hope, I mean, like, maybe I hope that they don't, and then we just don't get to do it. Maybe it's more money than that and we'll actually be able to buy stuff. Unclear. I don't like borrowing money from people, though. Never have in real life. Don't like it now.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
There's something I'd like to sell. Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps. The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners. Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop. He marvels at the cobalt shimmer and nods. Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a meth banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real. No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you. The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash. Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again. Thank you. He takes the cash, then turns to you. Money gained, 130 real. Here's the 130 real you need for the bill. Do not waste it. The rest goes in his pocket. Empathy, medium, success, 12 or 10. The windfall is a small consolation. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Both the lieutenant and the pawnbroker turn to you. I don't have anything to sell at the moment. I have other business to take care of now. Alright, inside we go. Now we've got a bunch of money. But at what cost? My goodness. You'll make it, computer. I believe in you. We're close. At least I have enough RAM for this. Inside, inside, inside. Hop 2, 3, 4. Hop 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, got around 11 people hanging out. It's a pretty good sized crowd. Oh, let me take a... It still bugs me when the flashlight's out. Is it this? Is that what it's... It's got 4 bottles. Yes, return to Gart with the spinner cash. There it is.
Can I help you?
So about that money I owe. How much do I owe you again? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real. I have your money. He glares at you conspicuously. Well, here's 130 real. We can't say sorry anymore, guys. Jeez. Favor damages. Gained experience plus 70. Jeez. Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him. He takes out his keychain and fiddles with the mechanism behind the counter. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 2100 tomorrow. New task, find money for rent and pay Gart. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night. He opens his wallet. I'll take a room here too. Of course. He takes the money and hands him a keyring. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you? Goodbye. Okay, cool. So our room is open. Let's go upstairs, I guess. We'll see if Kim goes to bed, and then we can follow suit. And then I can follow suit, except I still have a long time, actually, of being awake. I have to cut the first episode. Is this Kim's room? Is this not a clickable on thing? It seems like a clickable on thing. What are we wowing? Wow, 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 wow.
Yes?
Nothing. Leave. Done. Pay for damages. Active. Find money and pay rent for Gart. So we have... Yeah, I kind of have a home. Door. Room number 1. This is the door to the room you redecorated. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go. So romantic, Kim. Oh, look at us go. Frame rate chugging. How do you not have money from the police force? They never gave me any. They specifically refused to give me money. The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I didn't know you smoked, Kim. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual. Electrochemistry, easy success, 12 out of 8. Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette. How did he get so cool, Kim? The light of his cigarette illuminates his fleeting smile. You mean this? He flicks the ash. This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy. Volition, easy success, 10 out of 8. Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. I'm gonna have a cigarette right now. I do have cigarettes in my inventory. Let's see, what do cigarettes do to us again? I can't look it up, can I? Bond with Kim. Okay, we'll do a cigarette. Egotar's telling us in chat. He blows a steady stream of smoke. Your call, detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night. Right then, the debrief. Return to it. Yes, he pulls on the cigarette. It's been a long and eventful day. How do you think today went? Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up on. The body is still hanging from the tree, which is unfortunate. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great. Empathy, medium success, 12 out of 10. Though he wishes the body were out of the tree, he doesn't want you to feel too discouraged. Probably out of fear that you'll just give up and keep drinking. Don't worry, Cam. I'll be totally up for getting the body out of the yard tomorrow. I generally prefer to start with searching the scene and then move on to removing dead bodies. I'm sorry I couldn't do more today. I'm just not a very good cop, am I? Say nothing. Just look at the city. Don't worry, Kim. I'll be totally up for getting the body out of the yard tomorrow. I look forward to that. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We interviewed Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep, and learned a lot. None of it was very good news for us, or Martinez, but he gives you a quick nod of acknowledgement and approval. Above all, though, today was exhausting. With what was all the running? You run a lot. Is that standard Precinct 41 practice? Electrochemistry, medium success, 12 out of 10. I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just wait until we get up tomorrow. Yes, it's part of the Jamrock Shuffle. I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up. I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up. He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on a cigarette. It's impressive, especially for a man your age, and in Zoe's heels. He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. So what are our powers exactly, the RCM? They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. 1,000? Why not more? The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We're not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol. Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse? Yes, also indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount, he frowns. It undermines trust in the RCM. Okay, what else? We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up? You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have few legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. Authority, medium success. When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception. I see, and if someone resists? As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one on your watermarks, we're permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty, you have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. What happens to the people we convict? We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts, in Coron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. He taps on his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. And who makes all these rules? The coalition government and the Morlintern, more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. We did. Now we attempt to maintain that order, no more, no less. His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark. Or, perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Do you want to say it was the citizens or the government? Yeah, it sounds like the government probably did. Let's say it was the coalition government. It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the Morlintern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it. The Morlintern, what is it? The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. He pulls on a cigarette. You know who they are. They run this place after the revolution failed. If I didn't know, how would you describe them? They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? What do they believe in? They are DeLoreans. They believe they continued the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they're just technocrats. What is their symbol? Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that. Inland Empire, medium success, 12 out of 10. Something ominous. Electrochemistry, 12 out of 10. Medium success. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Who is Dolores Day? A historic figure? The author of the modern age? He thinks. You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. Pain threshold, medium success, 11 out of 10. For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why. What do you think of them? The Morlintern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts, unless they change. And, he looks at the sea below, it doesn't look like that's about to happen. The Innocences are interesting historical figures in this world. Take note when they pop up. Okay, Merbles. Appreciate it. Empathy. Medium. Success. 12 out of 10. It's more than that. There's some kind of affection in him. You like the Morlintern? Yes, I did. When I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of sky. quotes. They're not all that bad. But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. He thinks, then changes his mind. No, I believe in CRCM. That's enough for me. I have an opinion on the moral intern. Conclude. Do you? The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Things are bad out there, point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeoisie organization, protecting bourgeoisie rights. Immigrants, liberal crips, fucking men are turning into women. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Things are bad out there. They do need the police. Apparently, no one's been dealing with stuff in, like, a reasonable manner without police intervention. Things are bad out there, point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol. In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Maybe we should make our own law? Yeah, vigilantes sound bad. Vigilantes do sound bad. You have to have rules as determined by the right of those who are being governed. He nods. Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging. He looks at the roundabout. Shivers, medium success, 11 out of 10. The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. Say nothing. Just look into the night. The dying light of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. Esprit de corps, medium success, 11 out of 10. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. Finally, he pulls on the cigarette and says, They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and then GRIH. Why are they like this? It's our fault for leaving this union, for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. And in Jamrock and the GRIH? He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky and says, We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are, he shakes his head. But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, this city would disintegrate. Hope our investigation will improve the situation here, or at least do some good. Me too, he says quietly, but I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Thank you for this. Task complete. End of day debrief with Kim. Gained experience, plus 30. Level up. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go. He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks at the door. All right. Let's take a second. It just auto-saved, but we're going to save anyways. Save game. Save. Confirm. All right, folks. I'm going to be back in a couple minutes, and we'll do our normal end of the night debrief. See you guys in about 5.